Hi, my name is Ray Cruzy, and I work at the ISU Extension Outreach Office of Dubuque County. I'm your Food Systems Program Coordinator and Master Gardener Coordinator. Today we're talking about tillage and why we would till our garden. Well, here we have a prime garden plot that we're going to till today. And two of the main things or reasons that we till a garden is for seed-to-soil contact and also for residue incorporation. What seed-to-soil contact is it's the idea of crumbling our soil up fine enough so that when we plant our seeds into the soil, that it kind of hugs our seeds so that they can access the water that they need. So that's what we're doing, is we're trying to crumble the soil up so that we can achieve that goal. We're also trying to take any of this residue that we see above the ground and incorporate that underneath the soil so that it's not inhibiting our seeds from accessing the water that they need, and also it sets the weeds back and wipes the slate clean so that they're not competing with our seeds as we're trying to grow. So everything is basically set back to zero with this for trying to establish our plants. Something that we're going to want to do prior to tilling our garden, if you have a first-time garden plot, is to call 811. And they're going to leave flags in your yard that look like this, and indicating where any utilities might be. Now, this has been an established garden plot, so we're not going to worry about that this year because nothing's been done or added to the area. Something else that we'll also want to consider prior to tilling a new garden plot is staying away from tree roots. And a good rule of thumb is to stay outside of the tree's drip canopy, or where water might fall off the leaves directly onto the ground. So that's a good rule of thumb, to stay away from tree roots. Outside of that, we're going to start our tilling process here, and we'll see you right back here once we do the first pass. So we've made a pass in the garden here, once with the tiller going across. And when we look at what the job is that we're trying to do, which is seed to soil contact and residue incorporation, we're trying to evaluate the job we've done with a single pass. Now, when we look at our soil here, and we pick this up, we have a very nice crumbly soil, which offers us really good seed to soil contact. So we've accomplished our first goal to this point. However, if we look at the residue that we're trying to incorporate here from what was growing on top of the soil, we still have a lot of pieces, and due to the natural variations of the tiller underneath and stuff like that, we still have a few pieces that aren't quite incorporated well enough. Now, it may have been optimal to try and mow this off prior to tilling it, but not everyone has those tools available at their disposal. And so just like every garden, nothing's perfect, and so we're going to try our best to do it with what we have. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and incorporate this this residue a little better, so that way when we plant our seeds into the soil, that this residue doesn't provide us an inhibitor for our seeds to be able to come up through the soil surface. So what we're trying to do is we're going to go through this again a second time, just because we're not seeing our residue incorporation well enough. So I'll see you when we get back. So we've come through and tilled our garden a second time, and now is the point at which we can evaluate the two goals at which we're trying to accomplish. If we look at our soil again, we have a very nice crumbly soil texture, and this is what we're aiming for our seed to soil contact. We achieved this with the first pass, but remember the second pass is warranted because we had a lot of extra trash that was on top of the soil surface that we wanted to get incorporated in so it wasn't inhibiting our seeds from coming up. And so now we've done a really good job of incorporating all of that trash beneath the soil surface so that it's not affecting our seed bed. Most of our garden seeds are going to be seeded at a depth of 2 inches or less. So that's the soil depth, or the tillage depth, at which we're looking for in our garden. So right here I'm going to show you, I have a trowel here that is a 2-inch soil mark on it. We're going to see if we've accomplished that soil depth. So we've gone and reached that point of the 2 inches, so we've accomplished a proper tillage depth, we've accomplished proper seed to soil contact, and we've accomplished the idea of incorporating our surface trash beneath the soil surface so that it doesn't compete with both the weeds and the trash doesn't compete with our future garden crops. Thanks for joining me, and good luck tilling your garden.